What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and I'm bringing you a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gameplay commentary. And what you'll be watching background here is I dropped a nuke with a sniper without an advanced UAV on shipment while I was leveling up my friend's account. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this gameplay. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the state of Modern Warfare 2, because I don't know if anyone else is feeling the same way as me, but I'm kind of burned out on the current game. Now, it's not to say I don't like Modern Warfare 2. I actually really do like Modern Warfare 2, and I think it's a really fun Call of Duty, and I actually genuinely enjoy playing like 6 versus 6 hardpoint and kill confirmed. But I want to say there is a new discovery I made about ground war real quick that I want to tell you guys about, and that is that skill-based matchmaking is in ground war. I did not think this was a thing because in Modern Warfare 2019, there was absolutely no skill-based matchmaking in ground war, and yeah, ground war, that's why I feel like it is a completely different experience depending on where you stand in the game, because I see a lot of people saying how they love ground war this time around, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, and how I figured this out was I decided to play a match of ground war on this account because I never played ground war before on this account. If you guys don't know, if you play a mode that you've never played before, there's no skill-based matchmaking for the first match. It just throws you in a random lobby. You might get really sweaty players, you might get really newbie players. It just all depends on what it is. And yeah, I got put in one of the lower skill-based matchmaking lobbies for the first game since I never played ground war before on the account. And everybody in the lobby was a really low level, or, you know, there were some level 250s in the lobby, but they weren't really doing much. And it played exactly like Modern Warfare 2019. And then the game right after, skill-based matchmaking kicked in, and it was just a camp fest. So, yeah, I understand now why ground war is the way it is. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, well, I kind of do. I mean, I think thing that made Modern Warfare 2018 Ground War so special was that you had such a mixed experience whenever you're playing it. And now, the reason why skill-based matchmaking in Ground War is kind of awkward is because I don't know what the threshold is for, you know, the top MMR bracket is, but I will say this, it seems like the type of players that I'm playing against are the ones that just kind of sat in a building and went maybe like 12-6, and they, you know, that's a good game according to skill-based matchmaking, and then they're put in the next game and they're just kind of sitting there waiting for everybody to walk into their sites, which yeah, it's a pretty boring experience in my opinion. But so yeah, that's why for me, you know, ground war, I just it's not what it was back in Modern Warfare 2019 for me. It just doesn't feel special. It just feels really, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it was in Modern Warfare 2018, which is really infantry focused, and the map design promoted people to use a lot of variety of weapons. I feel this time around the map design is very sniper heavy, so, you know, I just kind of play it whenever I want to snipe. But this video is not about ground war, it's about the game. It's about Modern Warfare 2, and for me, I feel that the number one thing we're missing right now is incentives to grind, as well as maps. We don't have a lot of maps in the traditional 6 versus 6 mode, and I really just want to see a lot more maps. But something tells me that with Season 2, we are not going to be seeing a lot of maps. So far, the only thing we've had leaked to us, and I hate to go by leaks because, well, they don't really tell us too much about what's coming up, considering that it just depends on what happens to be put into files with updates. But apparently we're getting a remake of Castle from COD World at War, and we just had that with Vanguard. And then Modern Warfare 2 decided to give us Shipment, which we've had like in pretty much every single non-Treyarch game for the past however many years. And then on top of that, we also got Shoot House, which is the same exact map we had in Modern Warfare 2019. And I'm just kind of like, can we get a fresh experience, or maybe a map that we haven't had remade in a long time? And it's just like, you know, we're not really getting that. So I feel really like burnt out on the overall maps we're getting, as well as the fact that this game only has like 10 multiplayer maps for 6 versus 6, and on top of that, it doesn't really seem like we're getting a lot more. And we've also had the same bugs and glitches in the game since Season 1 update came out with Warzone and all that broke the game. And Warzone, guys, if you're a multiplayer fan and you think Warzone is the reason that this is happening, let me tell you something right now. Warzone is not the reason multiplayer is suffering, okay? Warzone has the same dry amount of content. It has the same bugs and glitches. You know, it's a very buggy nightmare. So it has the same problems that Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer has, okay? There's no grind in Warzone other than to play the game and get a win. So I don't think that that's, the whole reason that we have content chalked from the game, such as traditional prestige mode, some interesting challenges and calling card grinds. Nowadays we just have get 1,000 kills, get 1,000 hip fires, get 1,000 kills with assault rifles. There's nothing like the old days where maybe you had to use a certain perk combination or you had to use a certain attachment combination, and then you felt rewarded when you went ahead and did that. No. We don't have that anymore, guys. Okay, we don't. We have something completely different nowadays, and this is why I think the content grind in this game is so dry. So why is it that Infinity Ward decided to remove the traditional grind we had with Modern Warfare 2019, and then Cold War followed suit, Vanguard followed suit, and now Modern Warfare 2, well, it's doing the same thing. So I have a theory on this, and I think that it's pretty evident. So, it's the microtransaction system, guys. That's simply it. They put all the calling cards that are nice, they put all the emblems that are nice, the skins, all that kind of stuff that normally we would just play the game and unlock into the bundle system that we have. And there is nothing to really grind for anymore because they have to put it into the bundle system so people can spend $20 on these bundles. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I never really buy anything from the store on this game because, well, Call of Duty usually is a 1-year life cycle, and I'm not really going to play the game for more than its life cycle because I usually move on to the next one, which I'm happy Modern Warfare 2 is a 2-year life cycle. I really do want to make content on this game for 2 years, but at the same time, you also can't change up the attachments on the blueprints and stuff because if you do, you lose the whole look of the gun. So I just don't really like the whole microtransaction system we have right now, and I don't see the point of buying anything from it for me personally because I don't want to use the setups they give out. I don't want to use, and some of the skins, I don't really think they're worth $20 to spend, money on. And I know why we have lost content in the game, and it's like all of a sudden this microtransaction system comes out and we completely lose the old grind we had in the game to keep us playing. So it's like, for me personally, I feel that there needs to be more incentives for us to grind for, maybe some more challenges, some more skins that we can grind for. I don't think we're ever going to get this though because of the microtransaction system. So what was it about Modern Warfare 2019 that kept me playing all year round, not bored, right? I never got bored of Modern Warfare 2019. I actually loved Modern Warfare 2019 to death. And it's simply because I feel like the content updates we got were bigger overall for Warzone, multiplayer, and gunfight. We got a lot of content for that. And also, we had a variety of experiences. We had a ton of game modes in Modern Warfare 2019 that we could play. They didn't just come around. Control is a LTM, apparently. It's a limited time mode. It's not part of the normal matchmaking that we could just filter for. And I don't understand why, because it is in hardcore, or tier 1, whatever you want to call it, and it's like, what is the purpose of it being an LTM for core? We're lacking game modes, variety compared to Modern Warfare 2019. On top of that, we don't have a 10 versus 10 playlist, which is what I mostly played in Modern Warfare 2019, which is what I love playing, is a little bit more chaotic version of 6 versus 6 maps, right? Because there's a lot more players on it, and it's not necessarily the pacing aspect of it, but it's the fact that the kill streaks do a lot more damage. I like playing Call of Duty because of kill streaks, and I feel that, whenever we are playing a mode like 10 versus 10 on normal maps, that means kill streaks have a bigger chance to have an impact on the match, and I just love kill streaks. So, Modern Warfare 2019, if I wanted a slower, more calculated experience, maybe more gunfight focused, I would go play 6 versus 6, which I did. If I wanted a chaotic, more where I could just have my kill streaks pop off. I could go put on a gunship, it's going to get a lot of kills. I could put on V2 jets, it's going to pop off. Whatever streaks I want to run, I had 10v10. And then Ground War was the only mode in the game that didn't have skill-based matchmaking. There was no way to manipulate that playlist. You hopped in, and whoever entered the lobby, it would try to balance the teams based off of overall statistics, and that was it. You played it, and Ground War was really just kind of like a traditional Call of Duty with a larger scale. and I really enjoyed ground war in that game as well. Not quite as much as 10 versus 10, and yeah, that's pretty much where it is. You know, in Call of Duty, I've always been a player based off of the 9 versus 9 ground war traditional playlist. That's what I used to play. The games that didn't have 9 versus 9, and then with Modern Warfare 2019, it was up to 10 versus 10. And then Vanguard and Cold War had their own versions of it with a lot more players. I just simply didn't play those years, and it's weird because, like I said, in this game, we have ground war, which is 32 versus 32, 24 versus 24 in certain maps, but I feel that with skill-based matchmaking, it hinders the mode to what it could potentially fully be, because I don't really feel that a giant map like that, with a lot of different angles, skill-based matchmaking doesn't really make sense to me, because there's a lot of shooting people in the back, which means there's a lot of different ways to outplay your enemies, which, in my opinion, doesn't really require skill-based matchmaking. You know, like 6 versus 6 and 10 versus 10, I can understand why the skill-based matchmaking was in it in Modern Warfare 2019, and I didn't mind it, you know? Like, for me personally, I don't really care that with, you know, from my experience, I know a lot of you guys do care about SBMM, and I personally wouldn't mind SBMM being removed. I know that the overall, you know, controversy around it is people don't like it, so I understand that. But personally for me, you know, if ground war doesn't have SBMM and 6 versus 6 and 10v10 did, I don't really, you know, it doesn't bother me. But anyways, that's what it is for me. I just don't really feel there's a lot of variety in this game, and there's not really a lot of incentives to grind for. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. I still like this game though.